following amendment. Clerk, read the amendment. Amendment by Chisum. Chair recognizes Representative Chisum to explain his amendment.
Mr. Speaker and members, the purpose of this bill is to try to do something about getting a better outcome for the same dollar, and so there's a group that's been left out for a long time in healthcare, and that's chiropractors. Chiropractors are in almost every small town. They provide a great service, and they do adjustments, and sometimes at even a smaller cost than going and getting a back operation or some big service like that. So what this does, Mr. Speaker, is allow you as a patient to choose a chiropractor if you're going to get an adjustment in it, and allows the insurance company to pay for it. I believe it's acceptable to the doctors in the house. They may get up and say something, but they're just going to brag on what's going on.
Mr. Chisum, you yield?
I do yield.
He yields.
Mr. Chisum, I was just reviewing your amendment, and it looks like the third or fourth recreation of a bill that made it through the Senate and also made it through the House, and I just kind of wanted to expand on the reasons for this. You're telling me it's for treatment, for payment, and for payment for chiropractors?
If they provide the treatment, yeah, that would only be fair, wouldn't you say? I mean, gee whiz.
Well, certainly if they're within their scope of practice. But I have concerns about this amendment speaking to and expanding the chiropractor's scope.
Yeah, well, I don't see where it expands their scope in here, but maybe you can point that out.
Sure, we'll get to that. The bill. Can you tell me what bill it was that this language was originally in?
It's just an amendment.
Right. So this wording, from my understanding, was in Senate Bill 1001 that initially went through.
Well, yeah, but it was in another one before, some wording very similar. It's been around since kind of the beginning of the session, so this is not the whole pie here. Right. I think Ms. Thompson signed on and Ms. Guerin signed on.
Where do most scope and medical issue concerns, which committees on the Senate side they normally go through?
The scope?
Scope and healthcare issues in particular.
Probably in licensing, I guess, maybe.
Licensing? How about Health and Human Services?
No, licensing, we do a lot of scope in there. I used to serve on licensing. We decide scope of stuff, you know.
My understanding was that this bill, this chiropractic bill, went through the business and licensing, which subverted the normal process for scope bills. Would you agree with that?
You know, I think that's probably the Speaker of Parliamentarians that signs bills, not me. But I'm sure you could always challenge their ability to sign it to a particular committee. I've seen that happen on the floor, and I know you haven't seen a lot of those things, but you can pretty much choose to send it wherever you want to. It didn't go to the Ag Committee, though, which would have been better for me.
Yes, it'd be hard to make it to the Ag Committee, but maybe that'd be possible. On the House side, it went through licensing and administration, not public health. Is that your understanding as well?
Well, this part was part of one that may have went through there. So
right before it got whittled down.
Well, you know,
to this amendment.
It's the purpose of getting it germane to the bill it's amending. So,
and this amendment actually seems to tie the payment of chiropractic care to other practitioners, and in some ways could significantly expand scope, especially on line 11 and line 12.
I didn't see where it said that in here.
Well, line 12, for instance, on page 1, and then also on line 4 on page 2.
Yeah.
And so there's concern about.
Well, it just says one or more other practitioners are doing the same thing, or similar business. So it just aligns with how you pay those. That's what that does right there. So if you have health insurance coverage, you could pay chiropractors just like you pay these other.
Doing the same thing, but that's the issue.
Doing a similar thing, not the same thing. Physicians may be doing something different. Therapists may be doing something different.